Hello everybody, I'm Storm here. Welcome back to Final Fantasy XIV Online Endwalker. In the last episode, we hung out with the Scions as we were waiting for the last touches of the ship to get finished. And so that's been done. And they've named the ship Ragnarok, which is a pretty traditional name for the Final Fantasy series for vessels, especially spacefaring vessels. Highwind could have also been a possibility, but I don't think there's any other reference to that name in the game, so would have been harder to justify, but Ragnarok works fine. And we also got the plan of how we're gonna get the Mother Crystal into the ship. And basically, the Lumperites have called on all the beast tribes to help in converting the Mother Crystal into primals. So that's gonna be the plan. Using the Lumperites' creation magics rather than the summoning techniques that the Ascians used, so we shouldn't have any issues with tempering. Or so they say, anyway. So, I think with all of that, we're now ready to board the ship and head out. So, I think there's nothing else left to do, so let's go ahead and hop on board. Eglyph? Something. Alright, if you would come this way, we'll direct you to the bridge. Upon boarding the Ragnarok, several cutscenes will play in sequence. Yes, I'm aware. Sleeping way.
Welcome to the bridge, everyone! I hope you have everything, because I can't be bothered turning back.
I think we have everything.
Right then, make yourselves comfortable. We're setting off in just a moment.
It's incredible.
This is Forshano. Can you hear me? The preparations for the summonings are complete. In accordance with the 14th phase of the plan, we have moved the Ragnarok to the launch site. The gates are open. You may depart when ready.
Yeah.
As ready as we'll ever be. Let's get going.
Oh, come on. The burnt-out star's got more fire in its belly. Try it again, with feeling.
All right. I guess we can go ahead and issue the command to launch. Sorry, Alphino. We're taking this one. All right. Let's light this candle.
Engage!
Engage!
And there's all our primals. And a reference to the 1.0 trailer. King Moogle-Mog.
That I must carry landwalkers into the sky! I cannot imagine a greater indignity!
Do not sulk so, for thy mighty winds exist not only to buffet and batter. Nay, they may serve also to thrust forth with vigor. Such is thy glory, and thus it is an occasion to rejoice. So come, let us revel!
Good old Susano.
So long as the wind blows freely, I suppose all is as it should be in creation. I will render unto them a storm, that they may pierce the firmament and fly free!
All right, we're all aboard. And we're opening our hyperspace window.
Still in one piece? Good. Sleeping way? Report?
All's well. Fantastic, even.
Right.
Thanks to the power of those primals, the engines are roaring and we're ripping along.
All values are also within projected ranges. Time to destination is 8 carats. Perhaps 7 at a pinch.
And how long exactly is a carat as a unit of measure of time?
All right, let's go over some points of caution. Our destination, as you know, is Ultima Thule. Lest you wonder, the place is not a star so much as a patch of emptiness. That's the extent of what our equipment could determine, anyway. From what we know of Meteon, she's likely used dynamis to obfuscate her location.
So, in conclusion, we'll only know what's there when we get there.
The crew and I will see to it the ship's ready to take off at a moment's notice. We'll support the search as best we can, but it'll be your paws on the ground, assuming there is any. But everything will be fine, I'm sure. Hydaelyn believes in you, so you ought to believe in yourselves. Just don't do anything I wouldn't, like waiting too long to use those portable teleporters of yours. Personally, at the slightest sign of trouble, I'd mash the button to bits, and you should as well.
Understood. We promise to be careful.
I suggest you brace yourselves. We're about to arrive and the vessel will shake a good bit.
Well, usually that isn't a good sound.
What is this? Something is interfering with the equipment.
And that's a worse sound.
Greetings.
There she is.
Greetings. Can you hear me?
Meteon.
So this is Meteon.
Oh. Have you met one of my sisters?
We have.
I don't remember meeting you myself. But I do know that you're from Eorzea. Why have you come? All you had to do was wait. I would have delivered to you your ends.
We didn't ask for that.
I don't understand. All life is destined to end. Why choose to prolong your suffering? Effort, ambition, love, they amount to naught. Happiness, should you find it, is inevitably lost, stolen away by events beyond your control. There is no logic nor meaning in it. You think there is. Convince yourselves. But it's all a cruel accident. Come now. I speak the truth. A truth you would recognize if you looked up at the night sky. Unbroken emptiness. Cold, dark, and silent. Your world, like every other, is but a blemish upon its perfect fabric. Life is an anomaly. It is unnatural and cannot continue. The sooner you accept this, the easier it will be.
Just to be clear, we're not here to argue with you. We know that life is fleeting, and that in the short time we have it, we're not assured happiness.
Indeed. I've seen far more sorrow in the eyes of many I've met. I myself have plenty of regrets. And one day they'll die with me. Gone to dust with my good deeds and unfulfilled dreams.
But we accept this. That our existence may seem pointless. That sorrow, rage, and despair will always dog our heels. And we press on regardless. That is why Hydaelyn guided us here. In her boundless love for mankind, she has prepared us for this trial, and in her name, we have come for you.
Yes, I sense it. A burning passion like unto fury. I know it well. For the same passion once burned in many a star before yours.
suffocated and extinguished now.
I can't breathe.
You approach the bounds of my ultimatum, where emotions dictate reality, where resignation and acceptance unite to embrace the end, where those who yet valiantly cling to life cannot thrive.
Thancred's still on his feet.
By the Fury. Thancred?
Meteion has gone as well. Mayhap he awakened first and gave chase.
I'm not so sure.
Everyone? It appears we are at our destination. This is Ultima Thule.
Not that we knew what to expect, but I wasn't expecting this. From atmospheric composition to ambient temperatures, all reading to within permissible range. This place is capable of supporting life.
If that's the case, then Thancred may well have gone on ahead. Let's go and have a look.
Alright, not much else that we can do.
Meanwhile, I want the rest of you to perform a full inspection of the ship, as well as a biological scan.
So it was that the brave wayfarers arrived at last at Dream's End. In following their path walked and history written, I am made keenly aware of one truth. Though the curtains may fall again and again, so long as others take the stage, ever shall there be more tales to tell. So, let them bring it to a close, I say. Let the curtains fall upon this, the final chapter in the tale of the star.
Quite a place.
Is this a dead star?
As I live and breathe, I live and breathe. Well, the environment itself shouldn't kill us.
Well then, let us search for Thancred while exploring the area. The ship we leave in your care.
All right then. There's a dragon of some description out there. All right. Let's see what everybody's thoughts are. Graha. Meteion should strike again with such overwhelming force. I honestly don't know how we were to oppose her. Stilla. We were clearly no match for Meteion, yet we survived unscathed. But how? Alphino? It is, as Livingway said, I can breathe well enough, but something about this place feels wrong. No kidding. Alice? It's so dark I can barely see anything. Eorzea. Just now witnessed what became of Thancred. So quickly was I overcome by Meteon's malevolence that I saw naught of their altercation. Yeah, I think we all pretty much blanked out. Estinian? There is a dizzying, disorienting feel about this place, as if I could lose my footing at any moment. We must be careful. Alright, Livingway. I can't guarantee it will help in these strange surrounds, but I've readied a provisions node in case of emergency. Of course, if you encounter any real danger here, I expect you to return to the Ragnarok at once. I suspect we are going to encounter some real danger. And we're gonna have to, you know, deal with it. We're fortunate this place can support life, albeit barely. I suspect, given the torpid, stale quality of the air. But never mind that, we must find Thancred. Begin our search from the prow of the ship. It seems as good a direction as any. Try not to stray too far, lest we lose sight of one another. Livingway, staying here. Don't hesitate to make the most of the provisions node. There's no telling what you might run into out there, or if anything we have to offer might help. But I'd personally rather brave the unknown with a full pack than an empty one. I think we're probably fine. And that looks like a petrified dragon of some description. I'd say. I see no one else in this barren waste, do you? But why do I feel like we're not alone? Like there's another presence with us. Something dark and mournful. Graha? What was this, I wonder? Ishtola? There is a structure here in front of me, yes? A tower of some sort, partially melted. In a strange twist of fate, it seems our perception of this place is not so different as it would be elsewhere. The world as I used to see it, it feels as though I am dreaming while awake. This is more than the faded memory of Meteon led us to believe. So you're actually seeing everything normally. Interesting. Eorzea. These remains have long since turned to ash, and yet they retain their form. Okay. Alpha note. Ruins, but of what, I wonder? Perhaps we can find something to help us understand the nature of this place. A relic, an inscription, anything. The metallic pillar has been partially melted, likely sometime in the distant past. The damage does not appear to have been inflicted deliberately. Rather, it calls to mind the indiscriminate destruction often wrought in the heat of battle. Alright, Graha. Look here, this part is relatively intact. The intricate design of the top suggested is man-made, though its builders were surely not men as we conceive of them. Having said that, I swear I've seen this pattern before. And there's something up here. Oh, it's Justinian. Of course, he's way off by himself. I thought this hill might afford a better view of our surroundings. A poor decision in hindsight. Besides the light from the ship, all is shrouded in darkness. If Thancred is here, I'd never know it. What I can tell, we are near the edge of an island, if you can call it that, surrounded by floating debris. That's what it appears to be. Alright, Alphino. Were you able to find anything? As I feared, and still no trace of Thancred. There's nothing but emptiness as far as the eye can see, which, unfortunately, isn't very far. I can't help but suspect that someone or something is here. There are times when I sense it drawing close, and then a chill washes over me, leaving me exhausted. Leaving me with feelings of death and anguish. I think I might see something over there. What are you talking about? There's nothing there. They can't see it. Before we jump to any conclusions, perhaps we should search elsewhere. Agreed. We found only more questions when we were in desperate need of answers. There's a fair stretch of terrain from the ship's port side, as we've yet to explore. Let's try searching there, then. Yame, a word before we join the others. Alright. Yep. Alright, there's Justinian. What's up? You see them too, don't you? The dragons. Yes. As I thought. Their presence is tenuous at best, but there's no mistaking it. No doubt your bond with Midgard's armor and mine with Nidhogg is what allows us to perceive them. Could these apparitions be related to the dragons that now live on Eorzea? Better to leave such conjecture to the others. In any case, we must be careful. We may soon find dragons they can see as well. Death and anguish. What happened to them, I wonder? Alright. Everyone's thoughts so far. Look there. Are those ghosts, do you think? Oh. Yeah, more dragons, but these are white. My sight may have been restored after a fashion, but I fear what I see cannot be trusted. It's as if Medion herself has etched these images upon my heart. I doubt not that such a feat is within her power, given that she constructed this sanctuary herself. Orianshi? Surely mine eyes deceive me. This cannot be possible. Graha? Dragons. It is true they are not of our world, but to find them in a prison of despair. An Estinian? It seems these dragons have yet to succumb completely to the darkness of this place, meaning the others should see them as well. It seems they do.
Dragons? Here?
What you see is a memory of a world that once was. A world suffering a slow death, whose denizens cried out for the release of oblivion.
What? Their world is dead?
It is. Not a single life remains upon that husk floating in the vast emptiness. These creatures are shadow and shade, perpetuated only to suffuse dynamis with their unending lamentations.
So the world that the dragons came from is dead.
Our friend Thancred. Where is he?
A strange question. He is at your side, is he not? Oh yes. He is here and there, and everywhere within this space. He would tell you himself if he had form to form words.
Ah, crap.
Huh. Such loathing and uncertainty. You don't know why you still exist. In like manner to the oblivion I send. I tried to drown out your ether with dynamis. Beginning with this Thancred, who came at me despite being unable to breathe. Such a simple thing, unmaking men. In the blinking of an eye, he was gone. Didn't even have the chance to be transformed. Yet somehow, he managed to leave a slither of himself behind. What you call the heart? Or perhaps the soul. In his final moment, he cried out from it. A single word. Survive. That wish proved stronger than the despair that ruled here. It overpowered it, causing this space to be remade. Into a place you can perceive, and where life can endure. That you draw breath is proof that his soul lives on. For how long, however, remains to be seen.
Well then, we should hurry and tend to business. Huh?
And she's gone.
It's futile. You will never reach the true me. I told you, emotions dictate reality in this space. Such changes as you might work will not alter in its nature. You may see, but you cannot touch, walk,
but not advance.
Meteion holds too much sway here. How do we contend with a foe who can unmake us on a whim?
I do not know. But Thancred gave his life that we might come this far. We must press on.
Agreed. We cannot turn tail here. Not without something to show for our comrade's sacrifice.
Alright, so Thancred has been unmade. And we're level 90. But his soul remains and has helped reconfigure this place. Alright. Thoughts, everyone? He can't really be gone, can he? Meteion herself said his soul persists, that he is the reason we are still breathing. If so, then maybe... Estinian. My aim was true. I had her. How are we able to defeat an enemy we can't attack? We're gonna have to remake the space. Graha. It's hard to believe Thancred was able to overcome Meteion's will, yet here we are. Would that the price for his victory had not been so high. Right, an Alphino. I understand now why the Loporrits were surprised to find this environment could sustain life. There but for Thancred's sacrifice. Still on? His will was strong enough to reshape Ultima Thule that we might survive, and that I might see again. His sacrifice must not be wasted. Eorzea. Soul without body, a form of being with which we are not wholly unfamiliar. Indeed, for we existed in a similar state when residing in the first. The circumstances are rather more dire than that, 'tis true, but I choose to believe he is not forever lost to us. Regardless, in sacrifice he hath afforded us a chance to prevail. Let us not squander it, and ascertain the nature of this realm that we might confront and defeat Meteion. Estinian, Ayame, would you accompany me in speaking with these dragons? Mayhap they can enlighten us. I'd ask the rest of you to survey these surrounds. If there is a path that may lead us to our quarry, we must find it. Very well. We can reconvene here when everyone is finished. Meteion said these dragons are shadow and shade from a world whose denizens sought oblivion. As such, they're not like to be amenable to company, let alone conversation, so please be careful. Let us split up and gather what knowledge we may. Alright then, let's split up and see what we can learn. A visitor, not of this star. Could thy slender hands bring plague to our world, and thy breath extinguish life's feeble flame? Oh, how we would adore thee, alas. With time our flesh shall wither, our souls fade, and so we wait for its inexorable march into oblivion. If thou art not come to hasten our demise, I bid thee leave us. We crave not companionship, only silence. Alright, well, not a lot there. From Nosk. Beyond that distant veil, paradise lost, so glorious, so beautiful. We were a proud and noble race, strength embodied. We knew only love before they came. Metal monstrosities of black and silver. No bonds of blood did they share, nor conviction did they have to guide them. A crushing defeat. Never had we no such shame. Stilled now are the winds, though none could fill these wings burdened by ignominy. We fly no more, only sink into oblivion. This is we learn in the Omega raid, which I don't think I've done on screen or with this character at all, that Omega was not, well, it was an extraterrestrial machine, an artificial intelligent construct, part of a whole race of intelligent machines, and they conquered and basically destroyed the planet that the dragons came from. Which is why Midgard's armor fled and came to Aetheris. Alright. You have anything to say? No, wouldst bid me speak? Folly. Observe the lesson of stone. I shall not fly, nor speak, nor roar. Only watch, and wait, and end. But one sight yet stirreth my blood, tempteth me to raise my voice in lamentation. Knoll, the cradle of unsunned dragons. No words, no songs are possessed of the weight to describe such tragedy. Go, if that be thy will, I shall remain. Alright. Ostracon Deca Octo. I don't know if we heard the report from Deca Octo. Deca Pente, I think. Estidian. They led you here as well, did they? It was described to me as the source of their woes and proof of their end. I think I'm beginning to see why. It's a hatching ground, or was. I've seen similar on Aetheris. Midgard's armor's kind must once have lived and thrived in a place such as this. Vritra said his father was driven from their ancestral home by war and strife. This, then, is the fate of those who remained. Let's have a look around. Maybe these eggs have more to tell of what happened here. Shattered dragon egg. Inside the shattered egg, you find the remains of an unborn dragon. The body has already begun to decompose. The gelatinous, half-dried membrane covering the corpse suggests it failed to emerge. And this one. A murky liquid is pulled inside the eggshell. The noxious fetor is indicative of contamination. Yeah. And this one. Gingerly lifting a large egg from the viscous mire, you peer inside and see a formless mask soaking in a pool of embryonic fluid. Your stomach turns as you return the egg to its resting place. And this one. This egg appears to have been broken from the inside out. Perhaps the dragonet within succeeded in hatching. What's this? I thought all the eggs had been ruined. If the dragonet was indeed hatched, there is no sign of it here, or its sire for that matter. We should look for them. You start with the cliff tops, I'll search the plains. Alright, let's see what we find. There it is. And it's hostile. Alright. Bereaved dragon. The boisterous howling hath been quieted. By thy hand, I presume. Everything alright? I thought I heard a dragon or something resembling one. I see what's happened here. Was that your child? Perhaps. Some egg within Null are indeed, or some eggs within Null are indeed mine. If life within one did quicken, the beast thou hast slain may be of my blood. I did not recognize it, twisted and malformed as it is. Not a dragon in truth, but a reminder of our failure, a testament to our shame. Explain. They descended from the heavens, cold, heartless machines, and with them rode war and death. With fire and fury, rage and rancor, we gave answer. 'Twas a long and bloody battle, but only the beginning. Untold chaos and destruction swept over the star. In the end, the invaders were victorious. Yet, when they looked upon their prize, they deemed it unfit for requisition. We were abandoned to our ruin. The survivors had to put away their shame, to rebuild, a futile effort. In purest soil replete with ether did we once cultivate our nesting grounds, but our lands were barren, and any eggs nurtured in such desolation were fated to rot. What few survive to hatch emerges abominations. We shall have no new progeny. But there are dragons among you capable of journeying to other stars. That there are. Many would make the attempt, each bearing a clutch of eggs. The richest stars were home to the harshest rulers, and the arrival of dragons incited contests for supremacy. When the fires faded, the wars lost and won, they too were reduced to ash and waste. 'Tis the course of those who seek life, to be drawn in the conflict, to conquer or be conquered. A vicious cycle we now choose to break. We tire of conflict, of everything. We wait now in sweet, merciful silence, free from strife and suffering, still as stone. Wait, you claim your kind is doomed, but there's another star. No. You know, that's why Midgard's armor called Theros the last bastion of hope. They only want to brood in silence, to be left alone with their grief until time itself comes to an end. The sole reward for senseless bloodshed, a pain I understand and wish that I did not. What fools we were. Now isn't the time for such thoughts. The others will want to hear what we've learned. Come. Alright, we'll head back and report our findings. It occurs to me, did I attune to that? I don't think I did. Or did I? I don't remember. Well, I'll go check. Yeah, I did. Okay. Never mind. Oh, and I need to swap here. There we go. I think I'm actually going to go ahead and swap over to Paladin for the final push. Alright, Estinian. With luck, they'll have learned something to help us devise a plan of action. Eorzea. A chance to gain an audience with several dragons ere we returned, though I expect their tales are much the same as those you heard. Y'shtola. You would hear what the dragons had to share with you, even if it's no different from what they told Eorzea. It would have value. Okay. Graha. Did your exploration prove eventful? Converse with any dragons? We did. And Alice. Good to see you made it back in one piece. The more I see this place, the more bewildering it becomes. And Alphino. Were you able to establish any meaningful contact with the dragons? I see. They wish to escape what they perceive to be a cycle of conflict. Thank you, Oyame, Estinian. As for our part, I believe we are more acutely aware of our confines than before. We started by traversing the perimeter of the island to see if there might be a path leading off of it. Sadly, there was nothing to be found. There's no small amount of debris floating about. Could there be enough to serve as bridges to lead us to elsewhere? I considered that, and so tried throwing a stone to a potential platform to judge its integrity. But it never reached its mark. As it crossed an invisible threshold just beyond the boundaries of this island, it vanished, only to reappear above me and fall at my feet. It would not be too quick to presume that what we see outside this space is as it appears. This is why I returned to the Ragnarok and asked the Loporrits to search for a potential path. However, the ship's instruments failed to provide conclusive data on the surrounding area. Until we know more, I think it too risky to attempt flying to another island. What Meteion told us before, that emotions dictate reality here, might be the key. I'm not entirely sure what emotion might manifest a bridge to lead us to safety. What you're saying is, we've no way forward. At present, aye. If it is indeed emotion that governs this island, perhaps it is not Meteion's, but the dragons that hold us here. They tire of conflict and have chosen a path of oblivion to escape it. Or rather, they have chosen no path at all, meaning there is no way for the dragons or anyone here on this island to advance. A sound theory, disheartening though it may be. If that's the case, what recourse do we have? They are not like to be persuaded to help us. Their reasoning is built on a history of turmoil and strife. Without irrefutable proof, the future is not as bleak as they believe it to be. Mayhap persuasion is not the answer. Meteion meant to unmake us then and there on the Ragnarok, and she would have succeeded if not for Thancred's determination. She conceded it was strong enough to overpower the despair that otherwise rules Ultima Thule and reshape it to a degree. Perhaps it can be done again in like manner by overpowering the prevailing emotions. It was Ultima Thule's architect, Meteion herself, against whom Thancred did pit himself in a clash of wills. Though I marked no leader among them as such, I did chance to encounter a dragon possessed of despair far more potent than most, potent enough, mayhap, to dictate the course for others, and thus their domain to follow. He spoke but few words, carefully chosen, their tone and timbre alone threatening to rend my heart in twain. Challenging his desire may to remain may allow us to alter the island upon which we stand. Ooh, excuse me. Alas, I fear my vaunted rhetoric availed me not against his calcifying heart. Mayhap one of you will fare better? I shall guide thee. I'll end, they call him, in the dragon tongue. Thou wilt find him nearby, eyes fixed upon the water. Oh, what have we to lose? Let's get going. Alright, let's find this dragon. Over there. Okay.
He remaineth as he was when I first approached, entombed in melancholy.
I see. Perhaps I could...
I'll handle this.
Yep. Justinian's up.
So, waiting to die like all the others, are you?
This
Aye, our pride is crushed and our souls corrupted. The winds are stilled and the heavens offer no comfort. There is nothing left of our... Sorry. It's just rather loud in my ears. I don't know how loud it comes across. Alright, there is nothing left for our kind. Our long lives a curse as we wait the end. Still as stone we shall become.
So you say. Yet your kind has found a new beginning on our star. One of you braved the expanse, bearing with him a clutch of eggs. They and their children now rule our skies, their song heard by all.
Our kin or another star? And yet upon thee do I smell the blood of my brethren. Were they drawn in discord and war on their new home?
They were. They suffered much, and repaid their suffering in kind.
It mattereth not whither we fly. Ever will a sanguine ocean await us. Ever will retribution's wheel turn. And so, on the last of my pride as a dragon, I break free of this wheel. I renounce conflict, exile myself from the other, never again to be touched by the flames of hatred.
Had your brethren made the selfsame choice, my family might still be alive. Yet lasting peace does not come to those who simply retreat from conflict. No, you must be willing to confront it. To stare into the face of your foe, and see yourself in him. Only then can you break the cycle of torment and tragedy. This lesson, a dear friend taught me at the risk of his life. There is no nobility in your penance. You wallow in self-pity. And after everything we've endured, we will not let you stop us.
Estinian!
Stay back!
We tire of war, we tire of turmoil. Dignity tarnished, crimson stained. Our misery, our shame, too much to bear. Release us from war, from life.
I see. Theirs is the emotion that bars our way. The rest is up to you.
There he goes.
No! Not Estinian too!
And he's opened the
There's
way.
A wind.
He's opened the way for us. Sacrificed himself to remake this place, like Thancred did.
Oh, Alphino.
Come. Let us follow the wind. It will not lead us astray. He would not.
All right. Another one down. And now you actually get a clearer view of the surroundings without all that kind of weird fog or haze in the way. All right. You still This has always be the price paid for safe passage? Probably. Alice, if I had known this place would claim Estinian too, No, it's what had to be done. Orianche? As by the beating of mighty wings doth the wind blow, where dragons may ne'er again touch the sky, he in the shade he bore shall soar free. Ingraha. The wind has stayed the fog that covered the island and the air. It no longer feels quite so stifling. And Alphino. Look there, the wind. This is Estinian's doing, I'm sure of it. We should ride its flow and see where it leads. Alright, let's ride it. A powerful gale has delivered you to another island. The other scions should arrive before long. He did it. He found a way forward for us. The dragons remained trapped within a prison of their own making, lamenting the horrors of war. Yet Estinian knew them better than most. He was a man of honor and a dear friend, willing to fight to the very end for what he believed was right. And he's still fighting, Alphino, just like Thancred. Their sacrifices are why we can survive here, why we still have a chance to stop her. Even in spirit, they're unwilling to give in to despair, and we mustn't either. Isaiah is right. We must press on, for their sake. Alright. Here we are. The next island. To figure out what's going on here and what we need to do to get through it. But we'll go ahead and stop here for now, and we'll work on that when we come back. So for now, hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Go ahead, like, subscribe, and comment, and I will see you next time.